We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on McConkey, Georgia wide receiver for the 2024 NFL Draft and operation. I don't see him, like people will try to compare him to other wide receivers. I don't think there's really a good comparison right now in the NFL. He can't play some of the slot, has that short area quickness, but he has deep speed. He understands. He's a very polished route runner. His route running is really, really good. He's great after the catch, has good field vision, pretty consistent hands. I don't think there's any major weaknesses to his game. He knows how to set the stuff up, work his pace, sell with his entire body. Look at him really sink his hips right here, get low, get 7 to completely freeze, and then, everything is just in perfect unison. He tracks the ball pretty well. This is somewhere I thought he kind of struggled at times. Maybe you'll see when you go through the 2022 film, but this past year in 2023, I thought he showed a great improvement in that area. And yeah, just a lot of explosive plays. Really, really like him. I actually think he's a late first, early second round guy. He's in my top 7 to 8 receivers in this draft class. In a stacked class, I feel like he's going to go a lot higher than maybe people think. Now, we'll go back and look at this a little more slowly right here, but look at him stem this up. So he, takes across the middle of the field here. He knows he has this natural, separation just due to the leverage of this DB. But then he gives this slight lean back. He starts peeking this way, which gets this DB to overcommit. And then now that he does that, he just breaks this across, gets all this separation. He feels that he's going to take a wider angle just based on that. So he stops, and his fully stopped when he caught this. Then he sinks the hips. He gets his head to sell it, the whole body. Really a route salesman out there. Gets that DB to break, and then there's a lot of things to like about his film. And his size, he's 6 foot, 185, 190, so not super big, but not super small either, which is, that's a pretty solid, a decent size for a receiver. A lot of guys in the NFL have success at that size right there. Some more good routes for some, zone coverage down at the bottom, I believe. Getting his DB to widen right there. He's, in a tighter alignment. I feel like McConkey, if he ends up on a team someone with the Shanahan tree calling plays, he's just going to have such a long and successful career. He really just understands the details of the routes. Nothing even too crazy. He's, running his route at a decent pace here, and then starts stemming this to the outside, looking like he's going to work into the blind spot of the corner, which gets him to widen, and then boom, break it back across the middle. Good timing in the correct place, and then makes a nice catch into the end zone. So much to like about McConkey's game. And then just another double move at the bottom. Sells it, absolutely explosive. Blows by that guy. Tracks it in very nicely. And then just, boom, bro, he's so sudden too. I love the suddenness to his game. He's an outside guy. He can play some in the slot, but he's going to be a Z receiver at the next level. So much to like about his game. That is just a violent hip break right there. He brings the knees to his chest, gets this DB to bite, and then, yeah, he's just a double move merchant for sure. He eats off that at the next level, but he can run a lot of the route tree. Georgia also gave him the ball. They used him in a gadget type of way from time to, because he's good after the catch. Look at these, explosive. He'll break some tackles. They used him on jet sweeps and things like that. This time they just give him the ball down to the flat very quickly. He makes the catch. I love the fluidity at the catch point too. That's first to notice. When a guy has to sometimes you can tell ball skills like this, even if it's not super far down the field and making a crazy play, is how they catch it comfortably when they have to flip their hips at the same time. That's an important key for me, which he does very simply, and he's already transitioned upfield. Make the guy miss, change directions, break an arm tackle. Yeah, some more good stuff. Make another guy miss. Gets down at the 1-inch line. Yeah, work vertically when he doesn't have to work the double move, because usually you're not gonna have that chance a lot at the next level. But here facing he has a good speed. I wouldn't say he has elite speed where he's just gonna blow by you every single time, especially if he's just running straight vertically with no nuance in his route stem. But just here making the adjustment, throw that guy by. You should use a little subtleness in your hands to create that separation, and then make a nice play there at the catch point. Some good stuff from Lad. And then here you get to see him just in the slot. This is the stuff you see from your prototypical white slot receiver, the short area quickness. You just find the soft spot in the zone. He sees, this guy blitzing here. This guy bails out. He just is on the same page with his quarterback. Catch the ball, get upfield, make the linebacker look absolutely silly with the wiggleness. He's got that fluidity in his lower half. Great feet, pretty much whenever, if he has the ball, if he doesn't have the ball within his routes. It's a lot of good things to like. That speed. He doesn't end up pulling this one in. This was in 2022. This is what I was saying. Sometimes when he had to make tough catches on them, when he had fully extend on the vertical routes, sometimes I think his hands would be too wide, so he can work on his hand catching technique. But it is something I do think he has improved upon. But looking at the route, just the explosiveness. He just gives a subtle little move to the outside there, and look at the effect it has on the DB. As him prototypical white receiver, which is he's pretty fun to watch. Good route at the bottom of the screen. Look at him sell the double move too, which is nice. On a 3rd and 6, he's an outside guy. He gives you that little fake right there, then it extends vertically, and then is able to break across, which pretty good job getting completely horizontal too. I do think his breaks when he goes like completely horizontal, can be a little more smooth, but he's able to do it pretty nicely there. Sometimes he can get a little bit stuck getting in and out of his breaks, but yeah, it's not a major issue at all. And then yeah, getting very impressive. Look how he sets this up too. We'll go back and look at this. Gives a little bit of a nod here to the inside. Gets this guy to commit, but then bends this back to the outside. And then look at him. He's reading this guy. He sees that he's going to try to work. He's really, really work. And then last play that we're going to take a look at here for Lad McConkey. Just breaking across the middle versus him off coverage here. It's tough to see, but you can see he's at least selling with his route here. Giving that hard stab. He does a good job with his feet. Bend across the middle, make the tough catch, get into the end zone. Also like to see that he stayed on his feet. You can see the contact balance here. It obviously doesn't matter because it's only like 1 yard to get to the end zone, but it's nice to see the potential there to break some tackles, stay on your feet when the guy's like pretty much around your back like that. So yeah, a lot of things to like about his game. Good route running ability, good after the catch, can be a vertical threat. I feel like he does a good job like with his entire route tree, but then doing it on all 3 levels, which is important. I see him in that same tier as guys like Troy Franklin, Brian Thomas Jr., Adonai Mitchell. That's kind of where I have him, behind like the top 3 guys after Harrison Jr., Neighbors, Odunze. But I really like Lad McConkey's game. He's going to have, I think, a very long career. A lot of things to like. So if you guys want the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get it down. Peace.